Good morning. Let me turn down the music. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm fixing things. Happy week of Christmas. It's coming whether you're ready or not. I fixed my Zoom so the top of my head is not cut off. Okay. It didn't really fix my head. It just gave you wider of a shot. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We put happy and Monday together because this is what we choose to be. Amen. Amen. I see you already following the rules. You know how this goes. Tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're drinking. I am not being exciting this day. I did go to Whole Foods. And I bought a couple of different teas. Let me tell you what I was looking for that I couldn't find. I did buy some more dandelion root tea. We just are on the consistent liver cleanse throughout the holidays. Clean me up, Lord. Clean me up. Hibiscus for the win. However, I did get some dandelion. I've been drinking the dandelion. I also was looking for rooibos tea. I love rooibos, but I love the rooibos with flavor. So I got a little spoiled because years ago I had a rooibos that was peach. Ugh, it was so smooth, so full-bodied. I feel like this is what I feel. Can I just say this out loud? I feel like there are certain things rich people do. Okay. And one of the things rich people do is they make up stuff. Because when you have a lot of money, you make up stuff because you got to fill your time with something. Like if your life is not full of hard knocks, you got to have something to work on. So let me tell you what rich people do. Rich people, it's terrible. Somebody's going to email me. I already know. Don't email me. Rich people make up things. Okay? Like wine. I went on a winery tour. Why is my phone dinging? Where's my doggone phone? I went on a winery tour in Napa. And I was amazed at the level of detail that goes into describing the wine. That you can taste the fruitiness because the soil is over here and and this is from this kind of soil and because it rains here, because it's aged this kind of way, the woody oak over here and you can taste the deep purple and this has a hint of peach I was like, oh my goodness, who makes this stuff up? Rich people do. Let me tell you what other things rich people do. This is terrible. Crystal, stop. I've been up too early. So I'm already primed and ready for the pump. Art. Now, I'm not mad at art. I'm not saying that, that people who have money don't have depth. I'm just saying they may have more bandwidth to banter about things that other people do not have time to banter about. One of those things is art. Because, I went to the Louvre, right? I'm standing there looking at the art like, this looks like somebody painted, like threw some paint up there. Just splash. ASMR. But no. Somebody rich is going to stand there. Oh, is my music still on? Nope. Thank you. Here it goes. It's going off. Bam. They're going to stand there and stare at it. First of all, they got time to stand there and stare at it. Then they're going to start pulling out things I don't see. I be standing there like, what do you see? I'll tell you what happens when you have time. You can stand there and start making stuff up. Okay? You have time to stand there and make stuff up. Now, obviously, I believe in and appreciate the depths of observation. Let me tell you what else rich people do. They play golf. You want to know why rich people do that? I say that. I know that it's not only rich people. Y'all just let me have my way this morning. Just let me do me this morning. Just let me do me. Okay? Let me. Oh, Lord, I forgot my Instagram people. Lord Jesus, I can't. I need Instagram to open up their API so I can press go and go live everywhere. This foolishness. See, I got to get out my little instrument, whatever. I have to do everything separate. Who wants to do everything separate? Okay, so here's why rich people play golf. Do you know how long it takes to play golf? Do you know how long it takes to play golf? You have to have time. Like you got to have the kind of job where you don't have to be there all day. You know what I mean? You have to have the kind of job where discussions over hours, hitting a tiny ball with a stick. You know, business deals are done on the golf course, right? Right. Want to hear it? Here it go. So people, these are the things. Like, who made this game up? Who made this game up? Somebody say, stop, Crystal. Stop. Crystal, stop. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be talking about this morning. I have been up since about, what time did I get up? I got up I got up at 3 something, and I told myself, you better go back to bed. This is stupid. Got up at 4 something, looked at the clock, went back to bed. And then at 5, I said, oh, okay, this is daylight hours. These are normal people hours. Okay. Are you doing what I want you to do? Let me fix you. Fix me, Jesus. Here we go. Live. There we go. Turn the camera. This is so not flattering. Ugh. I need Instagram to come over here. I'm waiting on them to open up my API. I was excited to see y'all. That is exactly what happened. 100%. 100%. So yeah. So the deal is, these are the things. I'm like, who made this stuff up? I'll tell you who made it up. People who have time and money. Just make stuff up. See, this is what happens when we were kids. Let me fix this. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. I'm now live. Hi, y'all. Sorry I'm late because I keep forgetting to turn on. If Instagram will open up their API to me, then I can go live everywhere by pressing one button. Okay, yeah, YouTube is where it's at anyway. So I'm here as a courtesy. Because I know I love Instagram. I love my Instagram fam. But y'all do need to know that the best stuff is over on YouTube. Always. Okay, so yeah, I want a golf cart. Yeah. We were looking at, okay, so API. API is what allows you, the link from this morning was wrong. The email link didn't work this morning. Okay, well, I think Emily's on here. Emily, can you research that? I think I hit my right button. If I made a mistake, please tell me. But if you need to send out another email to fix things, feel free. I will hold the exact conversation for a little bit more of the foolery. Listen, when we were kids, y'all, we made stuff up, didn't we? We made stuff up. So you'd be bored during the summer. You know, your grandmother would be like, be still, don't touch that, eat cereal, all the things. And what you would do during the summer is you would make stuff up. Because this is what you do when you have bandwidth. You make stuff up, right? You play school. You would, play store. You would, create art projects. You'd make goop. You get in trouble actually making stuff up because you'd start making stuff up and touching things you weren't supposed to touch. This is what happened. This is what happens when you have time. So what happens is as you get older and you stop having as much time because life and parenting and all the things, right? You stop doing these extra things. So let me tell you what happens when you have money or time. or time. You start making stuff up. Okay? Let me give you an example of this. You don't have to be rich to make stuff up. Okay? Have you ever wondered why all of a sudden you finally get to do, like you'll be looking at your grandmother, or maybe it's you, right, in a season of life, maybe you're retired, and you'll look at them and you'll say, they start taking up not weird, but just not normal to them interests. Like all of a sudden, your mama, your auntie or whatever starts knitting. And you be like, you ain't knitted your whole life. You have not knitted in your whole life. And all of a sudden now you're knitting. You want to know why? Because they got time. Okay? These are the things we do when we have time. So it's not even always about being rich, right? It's about having time. Listen, my son in college, sometimes I call him and I ask him what he's doing. And I'm trying my best, y'all. I'm trying my best not to let him have it. I'm paying for you to be there. I am paying for you to be there. Get up. Do something. Be productive. He's like, I just want to go to class, and come back to my room. Now he's going to class. He's making his grades. So I'm not going to give him too hard of a time. But I just be like, oh my gosh. Dude, you want to know what he's doing? He's a boy. He's in his room. He doesn't have, mommy telling him what to do. So what is he doing? He comes back to his room and plays video games. That's the crap you can do when you have time. So here's what I want to tell you today as I look at what I'm supposed to be talking about today. Oh, yes. Perfect. Look at Jesus. Look at Jesus. I didn't even know I was segueing. I didn't even know. You either have the time, or here you go, or you make the time. You make the time to do the foolery in your life. Oh my goodness. Crystal, get dressed. You either have the time or you make the time for the foolery in your life. That's right. You have the time or you make the time. We are under the impression, the misinformed impression, that we only have time for our hobbies and interests when we don't have a long list of things to do. Here's what I want you to understand this morning. Here's what I want you to understand this morning. You make the time for the things that are important to you. You make the time for the things that are important to you. We are under the misnomer that we only have time for the extras when life gives us the extra time. Nope. You make time. I have a friend. She goes to my church. I highly respect her brain and her ability to manage projects, people, business. I've reached out to her a few times. She's a whippersnapper and she golfs. She's not retired, but she makes time once a year, at least once a year, to go on a golf trip with friends. She found her people, other women who enjoy hitting that little ball with a stick. And she does this because it brings her joy. She slows down. She found her people. They found their hobby and they make time for it. She is also raising her grandchildren and running a business and being married to her husband and being very active in church. So it's not that she doesn't have anything to do. Okay. We make time for the things that matter to us. All right, y'all. Yeah, you need to hear this. So I'm going to get serious in a moment. It's not time yet to get serious. Let me talk about Christmas. We still need a little bit more time for the foolery. For those of y'all who are new, because there actually are a lot of y'all who are new, there is a video now on my YouTube channel that has over 300,000 views because I was crying and y'all were like, why is she crying? But I talked about writing it down. I actually obviously realized this is a pain point and I have some great ideas. Like I have time for great ideas. I have some great ideas about how I'm going to encourage you in writing it down in future, like in the very new future, because there are some things that I need to write down. Um, and yeah, shout out to Keandria. Hi, Keandria. Happy birthday. So, so I have some ideas about some things that I need to do, and while I'm doing it, I will turn on the camera. I'll turn on the camera. There are people that joined us from that video. They did not know who I was. They would say, "Who are you and why are you in my feed?" So now here you are as I go live on a Monday morning. So let me just tell you a little bit about who I am and why you're here and what I do, because new people are here. I always assume this is so bleh, but it is what it is. So my name is Crystal. I'm a pastor's kid. I love Jesus. I also love keep it real. Sometimes I look around, at least in certain seasons of my life, and I would think, I know Jesus and I love Jesus. So why can't I life right? Why can't I life right? So my passion is for the woman who doesn't want to be on the wrong side of God, but maybe doesn't feel like she's on the right side of life and needs practical information, tools, and a little bit of big sistering for somebody to break it down plain. I believe in breaking it down plain. Don't have me guess too hard. You know, like Jesus spoke in parables. And I believe that parables are great. Stories are amazing. I believe that stories are a great way to teach. I also believe that sometimes you just need somebody to tell you like it is. Somebody just to spell it out. Don't leave any gray area. Like, make it plain for me. Okay. So I believe in making it plain and making it practical. So sometimes I sound like I love Jesus and I'm teaching a Bible study. Sometimes I sound like Oprah and I just want you to have some skills for living. And I just want you to understand the truth. I always sound like someone who is a faith-based person who wants to give you the facts so you can live life well. I think that anything that we hear in the world that's truth, you can validate and corroborate in the Bible. And if you haven't read the Bible, that doesn't discount the fact that God's word is truth. However, whether you're a Christian or whether you're not, whether you love Jesus or whether you feel like you're on the wrong side of Jesus, we all can benefit from living with truth. And in this world right now, there is a lot of lies that are being spread around. And what happens is if you believe the lies, you screw up your life. If you believe the lies, you waste time. If you believe the lies, then you have regret. My goal is to show up as a little bit of a mentor, a little bit of a coach, a little bit of a big sister, and to tell you the truth, to spell it out, and to not be afraid to say some of the things that you may or may not hear from the pulpit on Sunday morning. Because sometimes we just need people to tell it to us straight. Don't we need it straight? Okay. So that's who you found. You found Crystal, who likes to tell it straight. But you also found someone who is here kind of on purpose, on accident, because the video is not what I want to do with my life. Because video means I have to look decent. Y'all just need to know I was in a moo-moo like 5 minutes before the cameras went on. And this is my big girl moo-moo. This is my I can be in public moo-moo, but it's still a moo-moo. I mean, look at how this thing moves. So, but I'm here because in COVID, I accidentally turned on a camera and said, I'll be helpful. And then I've been turning on a camera ever since. But what I did do in COVID is because I had just started a membership, a small membership, it was small. And I turned on the cameras. After a while, I said, okay, I got women who are in a membership with me and I'm giving everything away for free to everybody else. So I took that live and I put it inside my membership. But every now and again, I'll go live here. We put the buttoned up versions of the videos from my live inside of the memberships. We put them here on YouTube for everyone else to benefit. Because here's the deal. Remember I told you I'm a pastor's kid. I believe in ministry. I believe in helping people. I also believe that certain people who have decided to make the investment in themselves get the first fruits. So I give my first fruits and I give the most inside of the inner circle. And then we give pieces of that to everyone else on YouTube or on the podcast or through books. So I'm here because we're in the holidays and I'm giving my team a break. No editing, no graphic design, very little extra. I'm just going live and it is what it is. And Lord, pray Jesus, I don't say anything I regret because we're not going to edit it out unless it's terrible. But here soon, in the beginning of January, we'll be taking my lives back inside of the membership. So Here's what you need to know right now. These are some things you need to know right now. And then what I want to talk to you today is about managing your budget. Okay, managing your budget. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all, Inner Circle. If you see women throwing up the yellow circles, that's because the yellow circle means they're in the inner circle. So it's like throwing it up. Okay, what I want to talk to you today is about your time budget. If you have not watched my previous videos, the last 2 Mondays prior to today, I have talked about creating a vision for your life. I've also talked about setting your goals. If you go to my YouTube channel, you have to go over to the live stream. Okay, you'll see if you're at youtube.com/Crystal, you can go over to the part where it says live stream and click there, and that's where you'll find the other videos. You can also make sure you're on my email list because we'll be putting links to those videos in my emails. You can join my email list simply by going to crystalevanshurst.com just crystalevanshurst.com. I'm going to put this up, y'all, because people spell my name wrong. So it's crystalevanshurst.com. That's where you can go to join my email list. If you are interested in finding out more about the Inner Circle, you just put /Inner Circle after that. crystalevanshurst.com. That's my homepage. Join my email list. It's free. /Inner Circle if you want to find out more information about joining the membership. Here's why you want to think about joining the membership. Really, it's if you want more community, if you want to invest in you and do the work. We have community courses on the inside of the Inner Circle that we do together. And in January, we always kick off the new year with a 90-day experience. Let me tell you why. Because I believe that if you try to start off the year, y'all, with all the things that you're going to do with your life, the reason why we all have failed goals by the time we get to February or March is because we were the same person. We brought us into the new year. So we get all motivated and excited and our adrenaline's flowing and we went to church and the pastor said something and then, all the things. And then guess what we do? We run into us in the new year. We run right smack dab into the person we were in December of 2022. So you have to do something different. Now, I don't think I'm the only game in town. I don't. If you need to lose weight, get another program. If you need to get in the gym, get a trainer. If you need to get in God's word, join a Bible study. If you need to get some information you don't have, go back to school, register for a class. You got to find your pain point, and then you have to invest in new community, new information, new education, new accountability. So you add something to your life to get a different result. But if you've been doing the same thing and getting the same result, you cannot do the same thing and expect to get a different result. So the only thing that we do is whatever your goals are, we give you a framework in the 90-day for working on your goals. How do you, not goals alone, how do you decide who you want to be? That's the issue. How do you decide who you want to be? And then develop the practice and invite the people around you so that you can have a different result. Okay? So if you're not in the Inner Circle and you've ever wanted to try it out, now's a good time. It's also a good time because we're having an event January the 6th and 7th. Okay? And while you have to pay to come in person and you have to pay to join us online, the only people who will have never-ending access to the replay of that event are my Inner Circle peeps. The only people who are VIPs at the event are my Inner Circle peeps. All right. The only people who get preferred seating at the event are my Inner Circle peeps. Hi, Celia Drummond. I see you. Okay. So framework. Yes, I love that. Dion says framework is your friend. Okay. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you this fast. And then I'm going to jump into what I have to talk about because I'm only going to be on here about 20-ish so minutes. And then we're jumping into our Inner Circle after party, girls. So if you're in the Inner Circle, don't forget, you got an email this morning that has our private party link, our after the show link, okay? Get on my email list because for the next few days, I've been stewing about some lessons I want to share from 5 women in my family and 5 lessons they've taught me. And I'm going to be running and gunning it, writing it as I go. It bubbled up in me this morning. It bubbled up. So I've been making notes, y'all, in my handy dandy notebook about some things I want to share with you. The newsletter is free. Inner Circle, crystalevanshurst.com/inner circle. Here's the other thing I want you to know about, okay? Because people said to me all the time, Crystal, how do you do it? For years, I've been doing this 90-day thing. And then I mapped it out, drew it out, planned it out. Then I hired a graphic designer who designed it out. Then I hired a product producer. So this is what the 90-day looks like if you do it and you want it to be pretty. So I've actually created a doggone product. What am I doing? I'm just out here making stuff up in these streets, y'all. Just making it up as I go along. And I love the Inner Circle girls because they cheer me on. They help me with my mistakes. They give me feedback. But this is the product of like 4 years of work. It's beautiful. It's color. And y'all, we're running out. Okay? So if you have not already bought your planner or you have no idea what I'm talking about, or you need a place to write things down, check this out, thesistercircle.com/planner. This is actually a mock-up. The real one has black spirals. I don't care what you write in, but if you need something that's pretty to write it in, this is what the 90-day journey is. If you're in the Inner Circle, we give you pages you can print. But if you want it already bound and you want it ready to go and you want it pretty, that's what that is. Now, the last thing I want to tell you about, in case you did not already know, I am like live typing right now and changing this link, is the event I just mentioned, January the 6th and 7th, thesistercircle.com/live, limited seats. If you're in the Dallas area or can get here in Cedar Hill, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, that's where we'll be hosting the event. And what we're doing is I am taking a little event I've done every year called Coffee with Crystal. I sing, I teach, and I'm inviting friends, hence the Sister Circle Live. Friday night and Saturday. Yes, you can join us online. And then for those of y'all who are, I know I'm not going to do it. I know I'm not going to plan my year and set aside the time. If you come early on Friday, you'll be with me and the girls on my team, and we will give you a guided journey to setting out the vision for your life and figuring out how you move that vision forward in the next 90 days. I don't want you to know that you're supposed to have a vision for your life and not lead you through how to plan for it. Okay? That's all the things you need to know if you're new here. But just know, I have thoughts. I have thoughts about some things that I'm going to be doing in the next few weeks based on that Write It Down video, y'all, because it hit a nerve. And I was like, oh, is this what we need? Is this what I need? This is all y'all I'm out here in these streets doing. All I'm out here in these streets doing is giving you what I'm learning has worked for me. And listen, that's all any of us can do. That's all any of us can do. Is figure out what we need or wished we'd had, and then we give it to other people. Okay? And then we give it to other people. And just because I see somebody commenting, there will be a version 2, but we're going to run out of version 1. Okay. And here's why. Here's why we're making a version 2, y'all. Because every week, what makes this planner different, just so, because people are asking me, what is the deal? Every week, not only do I give you a way to plan your week. So here's where you plan your week. I give you a day to review your week. The problem with most of us is we don't look back. And we don't learn. And every week there are new quotes and new questions from me. So what makes this different is it's basically like holding Coach Chrissy in your hands. What are the questions I would ask you? I put them in a planner. And so the reason why there's a version 2 is because I have new questions and quotes. Okay. You can use them whenever you want to. I see that question. When do we use them? You can use them whenever you want to. All right. Y'all, last bit of foolery before I jump into budgeting your time. Last bit of foolery. I just want to say out loud, and I hope my children, don't watch this. I have bought nothing. I have no gifts. I have bought not one thing. And the main reason why I haven't bought anything is because, y'all, don't need nothing. They don't need nothing. Do you hear me? Nothing. Let me tell you how I know I'm old, or at least that I've lived enough life to know something, because I'm on the repeat with gifts. I am looking at my children's children. I have 4 grandchildren. Okay. 4 of them, 4. And listen, let me tell you what the problem is. The problem is I know what to get them. And the gifts I know that they're really going to love are not the ones that people are selling out of in the stores. It's because I know they don't know, like the baby, the 2-year-old needs the xylophone. Them little xylophone toys. I done bought these toys 3 times. I bought them for my big kids, then I bought them for my little kids, and then I'm buying them for the babies again. And the beauty of getting older is I know what they're going to love. And it's not the current most exciting toy. You know what I'm getting my little grandson? Some Legos. The little Duplos. You want to know why? Because they're going to keep him busy for hours and his mother is going to thank me. And you want to know what they're not sold out of in the stores? Those old-fashioned Duplos. You want to know what? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get the children, the big children. They don't, not only do I not know what to get them, the stuff that they would want me to get them, I'm not buying. I am not buying you the action figure that you want that comes from China. One is, it's too late for it to get here. I would have had to order that 6 months ago. Number 2, you got a job. Buy that for yourself. The third thing you need to understand is that I'm not buying anything that's going to dirty up my house or put you in front of the screen. I stopped buying video games and consoles a long time ago. I'm just like, I will not contribute to that habit. I just refuse. I refuse. So I need to get my children some things that, that are going to be easy to find. I'm going to get them some clothes. Just to have something under the tree. But I think I'm going to open them up some investment accounts, like with their name on it, and let them choose a stock to buy. Put the app on the phone. Yeah, see, Contessa, let me tell you, I am not getting gift cards. Let me tell you why. Because you got to go and get it. You have to go to the stores, and then Target doesn't sell the Amazon gift cards. So then you got to find the Amazon gift cards, which is really Amazon is what they want, right? Then you have to go to a store to get a gift card. Then you hope that they can find the gift card. Then when they use the gift card, I see them littered all over the house. And then I'm like, can I throw the gift card away? Did you use it? Or did you just scratch off the thing? Like, it's too stressful. I'll just give you the money. I'll give you the money. But I think that money needs to come in some other ideas. I think investment account with my name on it, we can share it, get an app. I know Fidelity's system, but I hear Robinhood is good. My brother, when my oldest son graduated, gave him some crypto. I feel like, maybe I think my brother buys digital figures in the metaverse. Like maybe we'll do that. Yeah, I just think, improve your life. So I think that's where we're going for Christmas. Yeah. I probably should go back and look, like, if I went through every year my Amazon purchase history for the last 20 years, really 30, I could probably create the best Christmas gifts for children. Tried and true. I had 5 children. I got 4 grandkids. I know what they're going to play with, and I know what they're not going to play with. One of these days, I'll go back in the archives and figure out what the heck I've bought. They're going to get a puzzle whether they like it or not. I don't care. It's family time. You're going to get a game. You're going to get a book. These are the things they know. They're going to get underwear. And they're going to get socks. They get their favorite snacks. Y'all, they get so excited about their favorite cereals. Because I don't do that. We buy Honey Nut Cheerios. Because I'm not doing that. It's sugar. You don't need it anyway. So Honey Nut Cheerios is for my convenience, not yours. Cereal is not even on my menu plan, ever. So I buy my son, my oldest son, a bag full of Lucky Charms marshmallows. Did you know that they sell the marshmallows by themselves? Think about what you never buy your kids and buy them that. Different versions of Uno, because they got a million versions of Uno. You go down the aisle at the game, or, you Google like best games, best board games for kids. And just every year, get a board game that you try out as a family and you make them do it. And then experiences. Okay, listen, y'all. Listen, I gotta button up and fly, right? It's 7:38. I gotta get off at 7:45. Okay, here's the thing. Also, experiences. Treat your city, if you have older children, treat your city like you're a tourist, and younger children too. What do you not do in your city? Get on a Segway tour. Take your kids over the holidays. They got nothing else to do. Get on a Segway tour. See your city, right? For your children, take them to the Arboretum. Take them to the park. Like, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm trying to go back to Whole Foods for the 12 days of cheese. Like, there are so many things that you can do during the holidays that celebrate the time that you have. But just as a tip, I would literally go on Amazon and just Google, because they give it to you, like the age of your children, boy or girl, what are the best gifts? And then I Google best gifts for teen boys. Like, I don't, and then my family, my sister would always call me, my brothers were like, what are you getting your boys? And then I'm like, I'm not telling y'all anymore, because I do all the work, and then y'all just buy what I buy. I do the work. My boys are finally at the age where I might get them some of the things that they would like that cost a little bit more money. And really, it's my youngest son. He wants shoes. He always wants shoes. I'm like, sir, you are still growing. So no, I am not buying those expensive shoes in 6 months for you to tell me that your toe hurts. I'm not doing it. Now, y'all need to know, really, that it's all about the chat. So I'm just seeing the best ideas in the chat. Yeah. I see the best ideas in the chat. Pretty much. Grandparents, have your grandparents get you a membership to the Science Museum or the zoo. It'll pay dividends. Experiences. Okay? Yeah, these poor boys, they're not getting nothing. And I remember the first Christmas where I didn't really get anything. And the things I did get, I already knew, like there was nothing exciting. I think we do our children a disservice because at some point it wears off just a little bit. The excitement of it just wears off a little bit when you're a teenager. I think we should preempt that by cutting it off. A friend of mine, she told me that at the age of 12, you don't get no more gifts at the family holiday. 12 and 18, they line up and all the adults in the line put money in their hands. They just put money in their hands. And the teenagers are ecstatic. Like maybe your mother give you one or two things at home. But when you come to the family Christmas, if you're under 12, the grandparents still get you things and the aunties and all that. But then the 12-year-olds, so that way they know to expect it. It's like a Jewish bar mitzvah. At 13, you're a man. It's like if you're Hispanic. At 15, you're a woman. You got a quinceañera, I feel like when they're 12, just cut them off. Just cut them off and say, you know what? You are entering young adulthood. Forget this teenage crap. In America, teenageisms, the teenage expectations, that's a Western ideology. In other countries, you hit 13, you're a woman. You know what I mean? Like you got to carry water on your head. You're a man. You got to run out and spear a bull with a, like, why are we playing this game and buying them PS4s? Make them go to work. Excuse me, PS5s. I know that's out now. My kids don't think I know what's up. I do. I just choose not to buy it. The foolery is real. I'm so behind. I'm so off task. I'm off task. Crystal, get it together. Here we go. All right, Inner Circle. You're going to have to give me till 7:50 and then we'll hop over. Okay. So I wanted to talk about your time budget. So one of the things that's in the back of this planner, it's in the back. It's also a download. It's a free download. I can never remember. Let's see. Because I think it's a free download. I can't remember what the link is. Anyway, you can probably not see that. It says manage your minutes, and these are the times of the day, and these are slots. Okay. Here's what you need to do. Your time is counting down. Your time is counting down. Okay? Time is a limited resource. Do you ever feel like you don't have enough time? You're not the only one. Let's talk about that today. Hi, my name is Crystal Evans Hurst, and if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. Be sure that if you're on YouTube, you're subscribed to the channel, and make sure you hit that like button. Not the like button. Is that the button I'm supposed to say? Oh yeah, hit that like button, but also hit the bell. So that way, whenever I go live, you'll be sure to know. If you're on Facebook, make sure you're following me. And if you're watching me right now on Instagram, I see you. Come on over to YouTube because that's where the most fun is. Listen, y'all, I, like you, have many things that demand my time. And if, like you ever get to the end of the day or the end of the week or the end of the year and think, oh my gosh, where has the time gone? You are not alone. The good thing is, since time is a limited resource, like money, we can learn to manage our time just like we manage our money. If you've ever heard this statement, you need a budget, it's because we have to manage our resources. And it doesn't matter if you're poor, if you're middle class, or if you're rich. Resources are limited, and we should be good stewards of the resources that we have. Just like your money, your body is a resource. You should be a good steward because it's not going to last forever. And because you have limited time in your body, you want to steward the time on earth well. The problem is, y'all, we get caught up in doing all the things that other people want us to do, all the things we have to do, all the things we feel compelled to do, all the things that we are attracted to doing, and we end up wasting time. Just like those fries are hot and fresh and salty at McDonald's, and you know you don't need them, but you spend your hard-earned $4 on them with a small Coke. Am I telling on myself? I think I might be. And the reality is, it's not necessarily the best use of my money. Why? It doesn't feed my body. It doesn't give me nutrients, but it sure is fun. That $4, it's fun every now and then. But if you do it too much, you're wasting your money and you are investing it in something that's not good for you. When you get to the end of your life, here's what I can promise you. You're going to look back at the investments you've made, at the education that you got, at the job that you poured your life into, at the family experiences and the friends, the time that you gave, at what you've put in investment in for your relationship with God and what's going to actually pay off for eternity. And you're going to look and you're going to say, did I waste my time? Because you will be called to give an account for how you spent your time. Of course, we've heard, if you're a believer, you've heard this said, only what you do for Christ will last. And it's true. But if you're not paying attention to how you spend your time, then maybe you're not putting enough in the bank for what will actually last. Your rainy day fund, you ever heard about that? 3 months, 6 months of an emergency fund. We all know we should have it. You should invest for the future. You're going to retire one day. But how many people get to the rainy day and don't have enough in the bank? How many people get to retirement and wish they'd started saving earlier? How many people get to these scenarios in their life and didn't necessarily pay attention to their funds? I can tell you why they didn't, because they were having too much fun with the funds. What if you're having too much fun with your time? There's nothing wrong with fun. There's nothing wrong with fries, but there is everything wrong with overspending your resources on things that don't matter. So in order to pay attention, you need to manage your time or manage your minutes. There's a free download. I'll make sure that after this video, I'm finished recording it, that I put a link down in the bottom because I have a manage your minutes download that I want to give you. You can print it out and budget your time. Where's your time going? Where should it be going? But here's what I can guarantee you. If you don't pay attention to it, you'll squander them. We tend to manage well what we're looking at. If you don't look at your life, you won't manage your life. If you don't look at your body, oftentimes in a picture, y'all, it takes the picture for us to see what's poking out and in the front and in the back. And for us to go like, oh my gosh, is that what I look like? Somehow we look in the mirror every day and we see what we need to see. But it's not until you take a snapshot that you actually see what you look like. Sometimes you just need to take the picture. The snapshot tells you, teaches you where things have gone awry, where you need to tuck, where you need to change, where you need to focus. The same is true of your time. Here's what we do though when you fill out your time budget. This is what you do when you fill out your money budget. What do you do first? You put in the things that are major rocks and the things you have to spend money on, the things that you need to invest in because you got to have a roof over your head, rent, mortgage, you got to get to work, car payment, you have to feed yourself and your family, grocery bill. You put these things in. You need lights, you need heat, you need electricity, utility. And if you want to be connected to the world at all, you need a phone of some kind, landline or cell. You put in the big rocks for the things you need to do, and then you see what's left over for entertainment, what's left over for fun. The way you manage your time best, and this is what I want you to hear, is not telling yourself no first, because that is horrible. Who wants to go on a diet where you just make a list of what you can't eat? That's not the way to look at it. If you want to maximize the opportunity that you have to live life well in your body, in your mind, in your pocketbook, with your time, you don't start with your no's, you start with your yeses. You start with what you need and who you want to be. You start with what you have to do, and then you put in what you want to do. You start with your yeses. And what will happen is when you fill up your time with the things that actually have to be done, that you want to be done, that you look forward to doing, that you value, then you'll see what time is actually left. And because time is a limited resource, you won't have tons of time to waste. Then that gives you a plumb line. So then the next time you go through the mall and you see that outfit you just can't live without, you're going to check your budget, your financial budget, and you'll decide, does that outfit fit? The same is true of your time. Somebody asks you, girl, we're going on a girlfriend's trip. You want to come? Girl, I would love to come. Let me check my calendar. Because you've already put on your calendar the things that matter. You've got to start putting on your calendar not just the things you have to do, but the things you want to do. What are your yeses? Is it time alone? Is it a date with your husband? Is it fun with your kids? Is it brunch with your girlfriends? Is it exploring your city? Is it going to the new yoga class? Is it trying out a new experience at your church? What is it? Is it volunteering? Is it blessing the Lord, blessing yourself with time with the Lord in prayer? Because you're always like, I don't have enough time during the week. Have you put the time on the weekend? Once you put all your yeses in, it informs your nos. Y'all, we got to start living a yes life. Oh, I just feel that all up and down my spine. I feel like that's the title of something. You got to start living a yes life because the game changes. When you start living a yes life. Think about you as a kid. What does it look like to walk in the room and the adults or the teachers are constantly like, no, don't touch that. Stop that. Don't do that. Have you ever had a teacher or a mother or an aunt or a grandmother, as soon as you walk through the door, that they smile? Hey, baby, come here. Let me see you. What can I get you to eat? If you've ever watched someone who loves children be with children, they are so wise and so smooth. When they don't tell the kid what they can't do, but they give them an alternative for what they can do. I'm going to give you this illustration and then I'm going to jump off because after party, y'all, inner circle, here we come. I took my children to the doctor, yearly visits. And I'll never forget, I had one by the hand, one strapped to me, and I had my bag in the other hand. And my middle son, y'all, was just wild. He was wild. He was just all over the place. I couldn't get him to listen. I was so embarrassed. I said, come here. Stop. Come here. Come here. The doctor walked by me and she had a lollipop in her hand. And she called his name and she waved the lollipop in front of his face. And then she just put it out in front of him. Said, come on. And he, like a little lamb, followed her right to where he needed to be. She said, you want to sit here? I'll give you the lollipop. He sat right down. She put the lollipop in his hand and he enjoyed it. It was the same result, but the method was a yes. I need you to start with yes. Start with yes. Put all of your yeses in your time budget. Put your yeses on your calendar and then let your yeses, the yes for who you want to be, the yes for what you want to do, the yes for what you want to be the product of your life, the yes that you believe that God wants for your life. Allow that to fill your calendar and then your no's are simply a byproduct. of what you've already decided to say yes to? What would change in your life if you said yes to you? So I want to invite you to make a note of who you want to be, what you want to do in this year. Say yes and be specific. It's one of the things I teach in the 90 Day. One of the things that's in the planner is how you actually define who you want to be. Because I've realized everybody doesn't know how to do that. I want to help you. That's why I'm here. Say yes to who you want to be, yes to who God designed you to be, and yes to the things that will matter. I want you to have little regret. I want you to not feel bad about the things that you said no to that you should have said yes to. Because the world is busy distracting you with all the things that will fill your time that are not your yeses. So, I'm glad you're here. Merry Christmas. I'm going to jump off now and head on over to the inside. But here's what I want you to know, especially if you just got here. What I want you to know is, as of right now, I'm not going live next Monday after Christmas. Y'all know me. If I get the itch, I will. If you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, following me on Facebook, or if you have notifications turned on Instagram, make sure they're on everywhere. If I decide, if I'm so moved, you'll know. Just make sure you're subscribed. If you're on my email list, you'll know. But if I don't see you until after Christmas, Merry Christmas. If I don't see you until the new year, Happy New Year. And if you need some help with your yeses, don't forget that I'm here every week in the new year. Well, starting in February, because I'm taking a break in January. My team gets a break in December. I get a break in January. Inner Circle, we have plans for you though. I'm not going to be there, but other people will. I'm here mostly every week because I want you to know what your yeses should be. And if you decide that, you know what, I need more help from you, Crystal, well, that's what the Inner Circle is for. All right. I hope I see you in the new year. Oh, mark your calendars. January the 2nd, we'll have our free Coffee with Crystal. It will require registration and it'll be at night. Okay. And then we'll kick into our live event the following weekend. So many things. This is why you need to be on my email list, because I can't even keep it all straight in my mind. All right, Inner Circle. You ready? Ready to hear it? Ready to hear it? Merry Christmas, y'all. I'll see y'all on the inside because I have more to tell you about these yeses. Bye.